Kingdom people, they are mad because you are standing your ground. They mad because you standing your ground. You know those people that you had to move around, those people that in some cases you had back and forth relationships with, and y'all have whatever going on, and then you'll reconcile with them. And it had really got to a point that you didn't want to reconcile anymore. Of course, you realize how toxic the situation was, how toxic they were, and even maybe at one point how toxic you could have been. You could have had some toxic ways yourself, and you were trying to clean them up. And you knew that as long as you were around this toxic person who were not trying to clean up their ways, that was going to be a problem. It's a saying that goes, you can't heal in a place where the problem was caused. Like if your wounds were, or your trauma were caused in a certain place, the people who brought you trauma, caused you hurt and pain, you really can't heal around them. You have to remove yourself to heal properly. And so it's the same thing with toxicity. If you're trying to clean up some ways that you have about yourself that you discovered are toxic, they might want to stay away from toxic people. Again, you recognize toxic patterns. Ultimately, you moved around, kingdom people, and these people were expecting you to let them back in. They was expecting you to keep going with that cycle, in and out, in and out, just going in circles, and that dysfunctional, toxic, very unhealthy, and I'm hearing even demonic cycle, because it can become demonic, especially when you're dealing with demonic individuals, people who are under demonic possession and oppression. Yeah, that thing can get demonic. And what happens is that you feel that, you sense that. And what happened, kingdom people? You booked up out of there. You had to go. And so again, these people expected it to just be a matter of time, before y'all back, you come back, or if they try to communicate with you or reach out to you, that you would just go with it like you probably used to do before. But you're not doing that. You didn't do that. Again, you realize that the situation was not good. It was not good for you. And again, ultimately, you realize who these people are. And they're going to be who they are. I mean, while you may wish them the best, you may pray for them, you kind of know, that's on them. You have to move on. You had to move on with your life and do better for yourself. And so you stood your ground. You ain't budging. And they don't like that. They are mad because you stand in your ground, kingdom people. And even in those situations where you were dealing with narcissists, and you know how the narcissists like to go and do what they call it a something campaign, with a smear campaign, where they go and talk about you and scandalize your name, tell lies on you, do all kind of stuff to make you look bad. But it's also an attempt to will you in. It's an attempt to get you to come and say, it's an attempt to keep you from moving forward without them. It's kind of like a bully attack, trying to get you to give them what they want, which is you. And so, kingdom people, you ain't budging. You standing your ground, and they mad because you standing your ground. Here's the thing, kingdom people. One thing that I've learned in these kind of experiences is that these people feed off of you. These people, narcissists, that's what they do. They feed off of you. Parasites, leeches, energy vampires, psychic vampires, whatever you want to call them. They are feeding off of you. They don't have anything. They're like literally black holes. They're empty. There's nothing there. So they have to survive off of other people's energy. And they love you and people like you because of your light. You're the best energy ever. You're the best people for them to feed off of. they feel real good feeding off of you. They may go out there and feed off of some other people, but it's like stale. But while they using them for in the meantime, they looking for somebody like you, especially once they done had somebody like you. Once they done had you, other people just won't do. The problem is they never gonna get another you. That's something that they're learning. And so here's the thing, kingdom people. You stood your ground. And because you stood your ground, they are mad. They are mad you stood your ground because they're not getting no energy source supply, if you will, for the narcissist like they were getting with you. And listen, it's really causing some of these people to, I'm hearing, glitch out. They're glitching. I'm even hearing they're in a psychosis, and that had just been on my spirit lately when God would show me different things and he'd say that's a psychosis. So finally, last night I looked it up. I knew what it was, but when I looked it up, and one of the definitions said being out of touch with reality. And so what be happening is they're out of touch with what's really going on, with what it really is. They're under illusion, which they be trying to put you under an illusion, but it's because they're delusional. They're out of touch with reality. And that's part of why they begin to glitch out. And because again, when they feed off of you, when you're their energy source and you're no longer there because you're standing in your ground, that's a problem for them. What happens, in all honesty, is they begin to die out. I mean, they already be spiritually dead, but again, they were able to keep going and survive, seemingly like they had some kind of life because they were feeding off of you. And now they can't do that. They cannot do that. Because you are standing your ground. You are not going back to the demonic entities is what it is. You're not doing that. You're doing better with your life. You're moving forward. And that's the other thing to that. These kind of entities, because that's what they are, they, part of what I've learned too is how I used to years ago say, I would notice certain people, I'm like, they're trying to use me, but they're also trying to destroy me at the same time, trying to sabotage me, bring me down. And I thought it was weird. I'm like, how you doing both? Well, I came to learn that that's how they operate. Because again, they feed off of you, but they want to bring you down because they don't want you to progress. They want you for themselves to feed off of. And sometimes to feed off of you and drain you till you have nothing. And even in that, they feel like they succeeded because you can't move forward. But if you have nothing to move forward with, you can't move forward and do the things you need to do for yourself. If you drained all your energy, that is their goal, to suck all the life out of you, use you, and destroy you at the same time. But the problem is they are not able to do any of that. Whatever they want to do. And then they come up with, they want to tell you all these excuses as to why they did what they did in an effort to get you to let them back in. Or they want to try to gaslight you, say, oh, no, it wasn't like that. And the issue is either if that has happened, you still stood your ground and you didn't let them in, you're not letting them in. Or they can't do any of that. They can't give you excuses as if that makes it okay. They are who they are. And so whatever excuses they have is still the same. Gaslighting you, the same thing. But you're not even giving them access to you in some of these instances. And so you stand in your ground. And they mad. They can't feed off of you. They definitely can't destroy you. But they want to feed, and yeah, they want to destroy you all at the same time. They want to do what they came to do, the work of their father, Satan. But kingdom people, they mad because you are standing your ground.